The first three terms of a sequence are shown. Negative 83, negative 79, negative 75, and so on. What is the value of the 51st term of the sequence? So the first thing we need to determine here is this arithmetic or is it geometric? Now remember, on our formula chart, if we go through and search the formula chart under sequences and series, we have arithmetic and geometric formulas. These are the two we want to use. I know there's all these different things in there. We focus on the top two. Arithmetic means the sequence is adding or subtracting to one another. That's why there's a plus there next to A1. The geometric means it's multiplying or dividing. That's what the R next to the A1 implies, a multiplication. So this means it's multiplying, or its opposite, dividing. This means it's adding, or its opposite, dividing. So let's look at what's happening with our sequence. Now, I could look at this, and since it's dealing with negative numbers, if you think of a number line here, if negative 83 is here, negative 79 goes here, notice that we're working closer and closer to 0. So I know it doesn't seem like it, but the numbers are actually getting larger as we go on. So what's happening every time is we are adding 4. Is we're getting larger and larger and larger as we continue on this number line to the right. So I'm adding 4 every time. Since I'm adding them out, I'm going to use the arithmetic formula. So I'll copy that down. It's a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times the difference. Now that 4 is the difference. So up here, I'm going to come back and say that the difference is 4. So what is the 51st term? The 51st term, another way of writing this is we are saying what is a sub 54. Since I'm looking for a sub 54, that goes here. Which means n on this problem, I'm sorry, why did I put a 54? We're looking for the 51st term, not the 54th. We're saying what is a sub 51? So let's try that again. All right, the 51st term would equal a sub 1, which is negative 83. That's a sub 1 here. Let me write that in red. A sub 1. And then we continue on, plus. Now, this case, when we do summations, we do not substitute for n because the summation itself, we plug in what the n values are. This, we're not using a summation, which is a sigma. So I'm going to plug in n. N is 51 in this case. So I will plug that in, though we don't always do so. And I times it by the difference of that difference value of 4. So this will be the value. So I can just plug this in and press enter. Since there's no more variables on the right side, I can just plug that in and press enter in the calculator and see what we get. So I'm going to add a calculator. We'll say negative 83. Whoops. So this again. Negative 83 plus 51 minus 1, which we could just put 50 in there, times 4. The value is 117. And so that would be my answer here, 117. And again, you can bubble in from anywhere in the chart. You don't have to start in the far left. You just have to make sure they're in order, 117. So now that I have it all bubbled in, if it'll let me, I would try to, you could shift all these down and you'd still get the correct answer as long as it's like that. That will work for you. 117 is the answer to number 29.